Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back in New York, one of the most exciting cities in the world. I say one of the most because we all know that London is the most exciting, in my opinion, of course. And it's fitting that you've joined us here tonight to witness the next step in that transformational journey that the Land Rover brand is on. For the last few years, our focus has been on designing Range Rovers. Range Rovers that have been incredibly successful worldwide, including here in the United States. But tonight, we're changing our attention for a while on discovery, the future of discovery. This concept represents a vision for a new family of discoveries, not just one, a family. It's got great emphasis on design, compelling design, design that truly resonates on an emotional level. Look at it. Look at its magnificent proportions. It's beautifully poised, purposeful. It has a very strong stance, like all Land Rovers should have. It has a very dramatic profile, and you'll see that when it moves around. That dramatic profile, it alludes to its considerable versatility, both inside and out. But at the same time, it recognizes its unique discovery heritage. This is an interior that is packed with pioneering, futuristic technologies. For example, the door handles, the gear shift, the lights, all work by hand gesture. It's immensely versatile inside. High levels of reconfigurability of the seating, for example, and optimization of storage. It's a compelling vision. It's a vision where all these ideas could potentially drive this new generation of discoveries. Concept vehicles like this are very important because at Land Rover, our success is based upon creating truly desirable vehicles, vehicles that resonate on an emotional level. So they're very important. So these ideas will transition towards those new vehicles. I think it's a compelling vision. It's a vision for a new age, the new age of discovery. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and now I'd like Phil to join me.
This feels a real surreal moment to me, stood here on the deck of the Intrepid, the beautiful skyline of New York, Manhattan behind, and stood between these two vehicles. So between the Enterprise from Virgin Galactic and our own vision concept. And I think those two brands, our two brands, sit so perfectly together. The pioneers of the sky, which is Virgin Galactic, and the pioneers of the land, which is Land Rover. Now I'd just like to invite everyone to take a closer look, to have a photograph opportunity with the vision concept and with the Virgin Galactic spacecraft before joining us in the Space Shuttle Pavilion for some hospitality after. Thank you very much for your attention.
It's a long-term partnership between Land Rover and Virgin Galactic. We will be providing a number of vehicles for them to use in New Mexico at the spaceport. The whole team now, the Virgin Galactic team, will be using Land Rovers, and importantly, the astronauts of the future, people making those commercial flights, will experience from day one Land Rover, and in fact will be taken to the pavilion, to the spaceport in a Land Rover. Well, the two brands of Virgin Galactic and Land Rover are so naturally linked. Both pioneers, both British brands with a real British heritage, and both underpinned by technology and innovation. It just is especially the pioneering element of it is just such a natural fit. The vehicle we're showing for the first time here this evening is the Discovery Vision concept. We're announcing that Discovery is to become a family of vehicles in the future, and this car is featuring the potential design language and certainly future technology in terms of versatility and capability for the new family of Discovery vehicles. Discovery is renowned for versatility, for capability, and this vision concept is really illustrating how far we can go in terms of versatility, in terms of the configuration of the vehicle, the seating configuration, the technology that's on there as well. This really does illustrate what the family of Discovery vehicles is going to stand for.
Well, remember, this concept isn't a specific replacement for Discovery as we know it. It's a concept that will influence a family of Discoveries, because as you know, our strategy is about, in the future, creating Range Rovers, Discoveries, and Defenders. So this is about a potential family. It's not about replacing specifically the Discovery, but clearly the Discovery's heritage has influenced the design of this vehicle. This car really reflects that modernity in the design, particularly in terms of the flush glazing, the flush surfaces, things like the very small door handles which are hand gestured, the flushness of the front screen. The car has moved on from Discovery. It's had to, because one of the things that's become more and more important is aerodynamics. So this car is sculptured more to move through the air more efficiently. So modernity is a very important element both inside and out. I think it's very exciting. I mean, there are lots of parallels. In a way, Virgin Galactic are pioneers of space, whereas Land Rover has always been pioneers of the land. They put a great deal of store in engineering, in technology, on education, getting more young people interested in engineering, and that's something as a brand we're very interested in doing as well. So there are some very good synergies there, and I think it's incredibly exciting.
I think that it is a rare fit between two brands, that they share this common DNA of adventure, of discovery, of exploration. And so I think it works on all kinds of levels, and we look forward to sort of pursuing this partnership, not just in vehicles, but across a range of other disciplines like science education for kids and students. I think it's going to be a really important partnership. The Discovery Vision concept vehicle really blew me away. I think it's a beautiful vehicle, and I think that the DNA of design inside that vehicle will be perfectly suited to the spaceport that we'll be bringing it to down in New Mexico. Well, at a starting level, Land Rover will be supporting Virgin Galactic by providing vehicles in our operations at Spaceport America in New Mexico and also at our manufacturing facilities in California. But our partnership will go deeper than that, and it will extend to things like science and technology and engineering education for students in the United States, in the United Kingdom, and around the world. Well, 2014 is the biggest year for our company yet. We are going to be taking our vehicle into a final series of test flights over the summer, where we'll go up to space, and then we'll prepare to move the operation to New Mexico, where we'll take our founder, Richard Branson, into space on the inaugural commercial flight.
Yeah, it's kind of fantastic actually to have Land Rover be our first global partner. From a personal note, I'm going to be down in New Mexico running the operations team, and when you're there in the desert with the mountains, Land Rover's a natural vehicle. I mean, you just think Land Rover when you look around, and so to have those vehicles bringing the people back and forth to the spaceport, our employees airside being able to service the vehicles in Land Rover vehicles, it's going to be a pretty cool partnership. If you think about it from a brand synergy too, both are very good British brands, a lot of good discovery, exploration, spirit of innovation. I think there's a lot of synergies there that go beyond just a it's not just an automotive partner for us. It's a true, I think, a partner in exploration. So SpaceShipTwo is a pretty unique vehicle built for a single purpose, suborbital spaceflight, a tourism model, right, where we're going to take people up very briefly into space and bring them back down again. And it was really built just for that purpose, and I think that's one of the unique things about it. Because it's so purpose-built, it's going to do its job very well.
To see that prototype concept car and to see our SpaceShipTwo out there together, for the people of New York was very exciting, I'm sure, for them, because the vehicle really is state-of-the-art space travel. And the important thing, it's being done by commercial entities. It's not a government-sponsored program. This is commercial companies trying to bring adventure to the common man and woman. The spaceship is the second part of a spaceflight system. The first stage is the White Knight 2 mothership, which is the carrier aircraft that brings this vehicle, the SpaceShipTwo, up to about 50,000 feet. And on board you'll have two crew, a pilot and a co-pilot, and then you'll have 6 spaceflight participants, future astronauts. And they'll drop from that mothership at about 50,000 feet. And then they'll boost up into space. There'll be about a minute of rocket firing, and then they'll have several minutes of weightlessness and out of global experience, and then come on back down for a re-entry, and then a normal landing on a runway. I've been a pilot for over 30 years now, and all airplanes have their specialness with me, right? Any airplane that I've flown, they all have their little uniqueness and things that make them dear to you. The SpaceShipTwo is obviously the epitome of a flying career. Getting an airplane that can go over 3 times the speed of sound to space altitudes is a boyhood dream come true.